What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are back at it with Tom Taylor's Nightwing, issue number 99. But before we continue on with Bludhaven, Nightwing, and everything that is Batman related, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. And because we crossed over 1,000 subs, let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan as we try to get 15 more subs before the end of 2022. So yeah, don't be rude, it's free folks. It's the price of admission. Don't be a nerd, show some class. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's dive into another adventure with Nightwing, issue number 99. Our story picks up at the mayor's office within the city of Bludhaven, where all your hopes and dreams can come true. And here we have Melinda, watching the news of the mass crackdown that Commissioner Maggie Sawyer of Bludhaven is currently carrying out. It's basically like that scene from Daredevil Season 1 finale, where all the Kingpin's cronies are getting swatted. And you have that amazing opera music playing in the background. Great show, great stuff, and it just gets me even more hyped up for Daredevil Born Again. But I digress. However, it's right here in this moment where we see the arrival of the mobster Tony Zuko, aka Melinda's stepfather. And here's a weird fact of life, folks. Despite suspecting his wife, quote, infidelity towards Dick Grayson, Zuko has convinced himself that Melinda is his real daughter. So yeah, basically he's an asshole who's quite possibly a narcissist. And it's here where Tony applauds his daughter for being the sole survivor of Bludhaven's crime families, to which the mobster then reveals that he has been released early for his good behavior, and has returned because Bludhaven is ripe for the taking. And here he puts forward a proposal to Melinda, that they need to assume control of the criminal underworld as father and daughter before anyone else can do so. The mobster also tells her that Boss Maroni trusted jewels more so than computerized money. And so Tony, he's the only one who Maroni didn't think would ever, go after him, and to know the location of the biggest score. And so by tomorrow morning, Tony's going to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and with Melinda's position as mayor, the mobster promises that they can easily take over the city, and the Zuko family name will be everything in Bludhaven. Picking up the next day, Melinda meets up with Dick on a stroll through the Bludhaven Park, and she lets him know about the return of Tony Zuko, whilst filling him in on the mobster's planned jewel heist. And so later that night, after learning that the man who killed his parents is staying at Bludhaven Inn, Dick stalks Zuko and his accomplices from the shadows, only to then follow them to Bludhaven's old fishing district. Now Dick, he thinks this is odd, since, as far as he knows, there should be nothing of note in this area. But Zuko stops at the lighthouse and meets with a glorified guard by the title of the Master of Arms, who refuses to let him in, since he is not, on the executive list. However, that's where the mysterious women who have been accompanying Zuko reveal themselves to be the Double Dare, the acrobatic twin circus performers who have turned professional thieves. And with that, they are able to easily take out the guard. The group opens up the secret passageway, which leads them down to the Hold, a top secret safe serving Bludhaven's elite criminals since the time before the city was built, back when Bludhaven used to be only a whaling town. And after venturing through, Zuko orders the glorified receptionist by the title of the quartermaster to hand over the contents of Salvatore Maroni's safe. Now the old man refuses to do so because the Hold will keep Maroni's property safe until his return. But upon Zuko withholding him at gunpoint, the quartermaster reluctantly has to open the safe. However, the old man makes sure to let him know that the Hold doesn't need heavy security, because it's solely guarded by the promise of what will happen to those dare steal from it. And with that, the quartermaster reveals the contents of Maroni's safe. And what he has in his safe is the Eye of Kondak, which apparently is worth over $400 million. The old man then warns Zuko that he can't take the jewel, given the fact that the Hold knows who he is, and will therefore hunt him down in order to obtain it. Basically, the common theme is this: don't fuck with the Hold. But that's when the mobster shoots the quartermaster right in the eye. However, just before Zuko can finish the job, that's when Nightwing intervenes, thus causing Zuko to flee like a coward. But if you're a bad guy, when in doubt, make sure you have hired muscle. And that's exactly what Zuko does, because it's here where the Double Dare show up and they start trying to beat the crap out of Nightwing. But fortunately, our hero is able to make quick work of them because, he's a badass. And once he does that, he chases Zuko to the surface, eventually tackling him right before he can get away. And with Dick standing over the man who killed his parents, he's filled with rage, and he is sorely tempted to beat the crap out of Zuko senseless. But that's when he's stopped by the arrival of the Hold's ship that's filled with armed mercenaries. And from there, the captain orders Nightwing to hand over Tony Zuko to them, because they'll deal with him in their own way. But after everything that Zuko has done, part of Dick wants to, just get rid of him once and for all, suspecting that the Hold will treat the mobster far worse than Bludhaven's private prison. But still, Nightwing knows that he has to bring Zuko to justice the right way, and so he refuses to let the Hold take the mobster, which leads to the captain questioning if Nightwing really wants to fight the Hold for a lowlife like Zuko. But before the two sides can square off, the quartermaster intervenes and allows Nightwing to take Tony Zuko as a reward for aiding the Hold, promising to have the evidence of Zuko's crime delivered to the authorities by sunrise. And with Dick asking for some sort of explanation to all this, the quartermaster informs Nightwing that he's also a customer of the Hold. And from there, he lets him know that there's a safe in the Hold that's actually, established for the man beneath the mask, aka Dick Grayson. And with the Hold ship leaving, the quartermaster asks Nightwing to deal with Tony Zuko and meet him in the future. And this just leaves Nightwing completely confused, like, who are these guys and how do you know my name? Picking up a day later, with Melinda visiting Tony in prison, the mobster is quick to assume that the mayor is here to help her dad out. However, that is not the case because instead, Melinda's here to make it clear to him that she's not his daughter. Rather, you're the one who killed my real dad, John Grayson. Therefore, because I know the truth and because I'm the frickin' mayor, upon my request, GCPD is reopening the case of the death of the Flying Graysons. And fun fact, bro, Melinda's mother, my mom, Melly Lynn, she'll be testifying against him to make sure that you rot in prison for the rest of your life. And to put a cherry on top of it, that's when she reveals that she's also legally changed her name to Melinda Grayson Lynn, essentially making it clear that the Zuko family name won't mean anything anymore. And in time, much like the House Bolton and House Frey, it will be forgotten. It will be dead. Picking up with Nightwing, who's sitting up top a rooftop of his sister, it's here where he expresses how much he wanted to hurt Zuko. But Melinda makes sure to tell him that the fact that he didn't kill the man who caused the death of his parents is one of the many things that separates him from people like Tony Zuko. However, though the battle was won today, the war isn't over, because Melinda makes sure to warn Dick that there will be a power vacuum. More dangerous folk are bound to show up. And though this causes concern, Nightwing has a plan. And though it might not be a completed plan, he's sure that the plan will showcase where the real power of Bludhaven lies. Meanwhile, Gerald Chamberlain, aka the butler to the villain Heartless, is shown to be visiting criminals whom Nightwing has locked up. People like Tony Zuko and KG Beast, and he's here to let them know that a chance for revenge is coming. Because Heartless, my boss, he's ready to take over Bludhaven's power vacuum. And the only thing that he needs is your undying loyalty. And that, folks, was the end of Nightwing, issue number 99. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. So yeah, this issue was pretty simple. It didn't change anything drastic, but it was essentially a bridge issue, a clearing of loose ends, if you will. Honestly, this issue was more of a character arc from Melinda. Like, obviously, Dick Grayson is the main character and is the hero that, we're all cheering for, but this was definitely more of a minor finale to the mobster Zuko. And Zuko, he's an important piece to both of these characters' backstories. This monster is the reason why these two are fighting the injustice. And so I definitely liked how Tom Taylor brought Zuko back for the issue, just to have it so that Melinda basically comes into her own, into her own character. And rather than feel tempted to, fill in the power vacuum, she rejects it. And with the help of Dick Grayson, and with Melinda's resources, they're able to close off Zuko for good. They're able to reject the evil that Zuko represents, and I loved it. Sure, the war for Bludhaven isn't over, since we have the rise of Heartless happening in the background, but nonetheless, a battle was won today, and the good guys took that dub, and they are celebrating. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 100? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.